Yeah, I'm not sure where you put my keys. I think mine are in your purse. Yeah, but I'm gonna need you to leave me my keys. Okay, let's dive in. It's still Monday, September 30th, and I am still that developer dad. And we're still working on a .NET application with a Blazor UI and a little bit of Azure OpenAI and a little bit of Azure SQL in the background. That is going to help me at my D&D table. Let's flip screens and take a look at what we got. This morning, I got the very complicated, overly colorful scheme that I had established last week, replaced with something that is a lot more subtle, a lot nicer, in my opinion, to look at here, and I quite like this. There's still some more tweaking that I want to do around some of this stuff, but we'll get to that eventually. What I want to take on this afternoon is the navigation menu. This component, it kind of screams, oh look, a Blazor app, and I want to maybe fix that up a little bit. Now, I also want to get rid of that footer bar at the bottom here. Body footer display on set, margin auto. Right now, I'm just going to say height 0 pixels. I don't want to fully hide it because that was causing some CSS flow issues. But there we go. Oh, see, now we've got, yeah, that ain't going to work for me, unfortunately. I am going to need to do over here on the colors. I'm going to come down here to the media query, body, let's go body, footer, background color, var color white. Color white. Now, let's go color brand main. And let's see what that did for us. Gonna refresh. Hasn't done a darn thing for us. Body footer, I gotta come over here. Save that. Did I do it right over here? Let's make sure. Color brand main. And is that the name of that variable? Let's grab, come over to colors, paste, save, hit hot reload a couple of times just for luck, and we'll do a hard refresh. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, not in love with the fact that it's gotta be there, but I'm a live with it. So let's pop into NavMenu. Come into NavMenu, Razor CSS, and there's all kinds of stuff in here. Here's our navbar toggler. Let's get rid of the background altogether. Get lost. Save that. And I might need to do a recompile. Maybe. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We'll do a hard refresh. Yeah. We're likely going to need to just do a full restart here. Excuse me. Okay, so that's the navbar toggler. What the deuce is this? Data SVG image, yeah, viewbox. Okay, so that, we don't want to blow that away. Silly me. Okay, there we go. It's back now. It's a little bit complex. A whole lot complex. Yeah, that's pretty banana pants right there. But that's okay. We'll get it sorted. Navbar toggler checked. Background color is that. Okay, top row. Navbar brand, top row. BI. Here's our nav menu items. Flex column split, we got that. Nav section. Nav item. Background none. This is all what we want to see. And I got a feeling that the stuff that we need is going to be a linear gradient somewhere in here. So let's find linear. And we'll find the next one. Okay. Fair enough. We'll come over here and inspect. Header class sidebar. I wonder if it's in the sidebar. Media query. There it is. And that is in Blazor client style CSS. Sidebar background image. So we need to find that. Well, let's see. Is it in here? Page. Oh, I'm getting text messages from Mrs. I better check those. Yeah, she's still getting text messages about travel is prohibited in Western North Carolina. It's a mess out there. All right, so the background image is this linear gradient thing. Let's just comment this out. Save, hot reload. Okay, so we've taken that out, and we can start building it back up again here in a second. Let's see what it looks like in a vertical orientation. Not wonderful, but that's okay. Let's change this. Come out to the end. And what I want to do is that. There, that tidies things up a little bit. Let's see if it'll let us add import. I believe I need to go /URL. What's the correct syntax? I can never remember. We'll run up here. Here we go. URL. I believe I need to go /. That should take me to www.root. colors.css. That feels wrong. I don't know. If I go, let's get rid of that import. That feels, that gives me the creeps. RGBA. I'm gonna come over to colors. Colors? I don't want to mess with that. I'm gonna grab this. Drop it here. All right. Drop it here. We're going to go 100%. Now that should give us a solid bar. Save all that. Hit hot reload a couple of times. Okay, we've now got a solid bar here. So not bad, but let's see. Okay. That's okay. That needs to get fixed up. But we'll get to the positioning on that stuff in a minute. Let's see what we have over here. Okay. Sign in just to see how things look. And the database will have gone for a nap here. NPCs, well, I guess not. view, back to the list, view, back to the list. How's create looking? Roll some dice. Okay, this is very live withable. Do I want to go a little darker? Hey, C Films, what's up, man? I don't think I do want to go a little darker. NPCs. Excuse me. And we'll go to home again. I do, however, need to pop out to colors. And instead of at 5%, I'm going to go to 10% here. Save. Refresh. Take that to 25%. Save everything. Refresh. Okay, that's looking a little better. But I feel like this needs to be on the app host. And that'll really fix us up. So cut from there, paste here, save, refresh. Stretch that out. Oh yes. Come down here. .app host. Save. Hot reload. Refresh. Border. Solid 1px. Red. Save. I want to see where the bounding box for that is. Okay. It's there. And instead of applying it to the app host up here, if I apply it to the feature host, save. Let's see what we get. It's a little better, but I think we can do even better. Let's see about shrinking this down. Here we go. And let's take this out. The project is moving right along. Right now I'm, the past week or so I've been tinkering with the CSS quite a lot. Trying to get things dialed in and happy. Feature host. Here's that. And yeah, I don't dislike this at all. Where's that darn border color? Here it is. Save that. Oh, that's all right. That's really all right. Oh, I quite like the way that looks. Yeah. Now let's see how it looks in the mobile view. Hide that. Yeah. Okay. I dig it. I really like the way that looks. But I do need to pop up here and adjust this a little bit. 0 to 25 to 100. 0 to 515. Let's comment that guy out. Change this to 15%. Save. Okay. I'm liking it. Yeah, not bad. What happens if I fully comment out that transition? Comment that. Save. Okay, that's a little too much. Or is it? Yeah, I think that's okay. Now that border, or the footer on the border, feature host header, come down here, border top. Let's eliminate that. Save all the things. Oh, that's much nicer looking. Much nicer looking. Yeah. The job hunt is getting interesting. I've got, when I woke up this morning, I had 2 interviews scheduled. One of them is for late tomorrow afternoon. The other one is for Wednesday afternoon when I am normally streaming. So I'm going to need to take Wednesday afternoon session off. But that's for a second interview with a second company. And this morning, I was approached by a recruiter who's looking for a dotNet / Microsoft focused solution / application / enterprise architect for yet another organization who wants to do some work that I've specialized in the past. Excuse me. So I'm waiting to see when the conversations with that company get scheduled. So it's been really dry for a bunch of months, and a lot of stuff that just didn't feel like it was going anywhere. But the past 3-ish weeks, I've been seeing a lot more activity. Otherwise, after this session is done, I have to go to the DMV to get my driver's license renewed. That's just like typical adulting stuff. But I have the paperwork right beside me to go register a doing business as name, and then I'll be going to open a business bank account that I'll be using to flow the money from subscribers in and be paying the bills for this thing out of going forward. And otherwise, just sort of accumulating it for, when I have to pay taxes on things and pay Microsoft for hosting and stuff like that. So I think our color scheme is getting to be in a pretty good place. I like the way those gradients look. I think I want to bring back this one, that gradient stop. Let's uncomment this just before I delete it. Okay, that's way, way, way too much. What if I take that down to 0.1 opacity? Yeah, there's not, oh, duh, that's for that. And was that at the 15%? It was. So let's uncomment this guy. Save. There we go. That's nice and subtle. Let's see the full screen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like the way this is shaping up. Quite a lot. So yeah, I think that'll work. So let's focus in on this part of the screen here. First thing we got to deal with is this ugly barf that we have at the top here. So let's get rid of this. That can go away. I almost feel like this wants to be a little bit darker. Sidebar. There is no linear gradient there. I'm going to pull this 0, 75, 225. Save. And see about a hot reload. Hmm. $150. Save it. I might have to do a full refresh. Let's do that. See what we get. Okay, that's a little bit darker. It's a little too severe. What are you doing, Rob? Copy. paste 50%. And of course, that isn't really going to do much for me. Do we have a media query down here anywhere? Yes, we do. Now I can take the 250 picks. Let's pull this down to 200. Save that. Okay, that's a lot more reasonable. Copy this, come back down to my media query, do that, change it to 90 degrees, save. That's better. And let's see how it looks with a vertical orientation. That's all right. That's pretty all right. I like that. All right. Let's deal with this upper barf stuff here. Now, I'm not sure if that lives in... I'm pretty sure that stuff lives in the navbar. So navbar toggler. Red. And we're going to comment. And save. Okay. Top row. Border. 1px solid red. Navbar brand. Border 1px solid red. Save. Okay, where's... First thing we got to do. We got to get rid of container fluid. You're out of here. Save. And href, the DM's familiar. Let's come over here, navbar brand. Font size. We're going to go to 2 rems. Font. Nope. Color. Let's go. White. Cool. Font weight. Let's say 450. Nope, no difference there. Not 5,000. Try 500. 600. Okay, that's a little better. Top row. Now this guy is becoming display flex, align items, center, justify content, space between. Okay. Navbar toggler. Where are you? Because I need to put it in the same flow as here. And right now, I don't believe I am using Flexbox. What happens if I comment that positioning out? Okay, so it gets moved down here. Not what I want. So nav menu, nav scrollable, where is the toggler? The toggler is here. Probably need to restart because I've just modified the way the component is laid out. Right now, I'm trying to use Flexbox as much as I possibly can. And look at that. And that is going to be a bit of a cow. What happens when I pull you all the way over here? You're a little too tall, a little too chonky. So I'm going to come back to nav menu, top row height 3.5 rem. I'm going to go to 2 rem or 3 rem. Navbar brand, you're way too chunky. 1.5. Save. Now that thingy here is causing us problems out on NavMenu. But unless I want to replace that behavior with JavaScript, I must never delete those comments there. Keeps the dirt man away. Okay, let's inspect the element. And I actually need console, unknown payload type ping, clear site data header, blah, blah, blah. Elements, console, sources. Framework, VS, blah, blah, blah. Topography, CS. Blazor.webjs. Set remove attribute or property. Holy crap, there's a lot of JavaScript hidden in here behind the scenes. That's okay. Let's take a look at elements. Document, query selector, navbar toggler, click. Can we find it? Excuse me. And that's still too big. I feel like, oh wait, main layout. Where's main layout? Here it is. Got to come down here, and 200 pixels is too narrow. Let's go to 250 pixels again. Pardon me. Off deep A first child, whatever. Pardon me. Goodness. I'd love to be able to set a breakpoint here. Do, 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 do. Checkbox, title, navigation menu. Okay. This bit here. I'd love to drop a breakpoint here. We go to the definition. Nope. All right. Let's stop the app. Bigify this. And I feel like we come into AppRaiser. Underscore framework Blazor web.js. I want the script source of this guy. I feel like it's being downloaded from somewhere. We'll inspect. Pull this out this way. Sources. Underscore framework. You, my little friend. Copy. Notepad. Paste. Run all the way up at the top. And Control F. Navbar. I'm going to search for that. Okay, can't find navbar. How about click? Mouse wheel. Yeah, this is a whole bunch of crazy JavaScript. Own property, blah, blah, blah. Class L, whatever the hell that is. Const O. Oof. Component comment, new logical elements. This is just a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, this ain't helping me. Okay. Don't save. Go away. All right. I am going to put us on hold for just a minute. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. When you get to a certain age and coffee is doing the thing, it can cause some craziness. Let's get rid of this stuff. I could probably get rid of this div. Restart. While that's restarting, that's VS Code. Silly. Where's Edge? Used to show and hide page elements using a checkbox. You show me a sample of that. Checkbox hack. Ah! All right. So, if I go and take this concept, input type checkbox, ID equals NavMenu toggle. And for IDs, I like to use Pascal case. So here's this. Copy that. I believe it's nav scrollable. I should be able to get rid of this. Save. So here's nav toggler. Nav toggler checked. Top row, nav bar brand, BI. Nav item. Nav scrollable is display none. And if I go hashtag paste, Control C. Okay, in my existing CSS, I see something. Let's pull this back over here so you can see what I'm asking it. See something similar to what you showed. I just modified it to use an ID instead of a class selector. But there's some funny business in the selector as well. What's the tilde character do? Okay, general sibling combinator. That come after it and our siblings. Okay. A different parent element than hashtag nav toggle menu. Should I give that nav scrollable an ID as well? Use that in my toggle selector. JavaScript, I don't want to use JavaScript to achieve the desired effect. .nav container, .nav scrollable. Okay. Scrollable. All right. So the sibling combinator isn't going to do anything for us. Let's look at nav. Okay, so nav scrollable. I wonder if I take out the sibling combinator, save, and let's refresh. And I do need to wrap up here in a minute. If I don't get it, I'll futz with it probably later this evening. Yeah, that ain't helping me. That's okay. I'll get it sorted. Let's put that sibling combinator back in. Inspect. Checkbox ID NavMenu toggle. Title is all that stuff. Class equals navbar toggler. Nav scrollable. Display is none. And display is still none. Okay. I'm going to have to do some digging on this later this evening. I do need to cut this session short because I've got all kinds of adulting and business hoo-ha stuff to do. And I want to get that done because part of it involves going to the DMV, and who knows what the waiting time is going to be like over there. And it's not like I can just leave what I have to do there to another day. I do need to get my driver's license renewed because banks and government entities and stuff like that are probably going to want to see that stuff current while I try to do things like open accounts and register business names and fun stuff like that. So I do need to roll out. I'm going to do some more research and some more work on this later this evening. Just before I bounce, I want to get rid of these ugly red borders that I was using, just so I don't forget. Save all that stuff. That's much better. I do want to add. Man, I could tinker on CSS for days. Because when it's working and it's doing what I want it to, it's fantastic. Padding, I'm going to go 0.5. Okay, top, right, bottom, left. We're starting to get there. We are starting to get there. Back over to main layout, Razor CSS, sidebar background image. Okay, that's the media query. Yeah, there's more stuff I want to do here. A lot more. But this is starting to really shape up for me. I'm quite enjoying the way this looks. I might work that up so that it's a little bit more aligned with what's going on as well. But that's all for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to continue working on the nav bar, getting it worked into shape. I think I want to iterate on this coloring here a little bit. The padding around those. Make sure this toggler, or get this toggle thing working right, because that's bugging me. Like, we can't go live with that for sure. That's a showstopper bug. But I'll get that sorted out later tonight. But as far as styling goes, I think I want to start adding some margins and some padding and maybe some translucent white overlays for the actual application content so that they kind of pop out from the background a little bit more than they are now. And then once all the business stuff is in place, I think I might have to make this go live, or at least, share out the under development URL with a few people and get them to sign up. And then once I've got a little bit more money in the bank, I can flip over to some more resilient hosting on Azure, where I can actually attach the URL to this thing. But for today, I am not dissatisfied with the progress I've made. Got a couple little things to sort out this evening, but those are not terrible. This is really starting to shape up. I am absolutely not dissatisfied in how this is looking. I do want to fix the padding on the menu buttons. I'd like to get some better icons in place. But those are itty bitty, tiny little details. Cool. It's a crazy world out there. So, be kind to yourself. Be kind to the people around you. You have no idea what they're going through. And as we just saw over the weekend, crazy stuff can happen that nobody expected or planned for or anticipated. And you could quite literally end up underwater or sliding down the side of the mountain that you lived on, or what have you. So be kind. That's everything else falls from that. Just be kind. And until tomorrow, happy coding. I'm Rob. Take care of yourselves.